Now we're going to be welcomed in by Coach Kendal Briles.
We're going to get coordinated here.
Coach Barry Odom this morning. Now, Coach Briles, we were talking during the break, and we asked Coach, hey, of the three of you guys, who's going to have the best performance? And he immediately said, Coach Briles. So there's kind of some pressure on you heading into today based on how quick he responded with that answer on the just who's gonna show up today.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned with the pressure. I know that I'm not very good, so my expectations are not high, but I'm going to go out there and slap it around.
That's what you need to do.
Who's going to swing the hardest out of you three? That's what I want to see is who Coach Odom, who can swing it harder?
I haven't played a lot, especially with Kendal, but I've been around him enough to know he's always a guy that just kind of lurks in the back, and then he shows up for game day and takes off. So
when the lights come
on. We know how it's going to be today. Yeah.
So obviously coming out of spring practice that you didn't get to have a year ago, what are the differences at this time of the year? We'll start with you, Coach. Obviously, Coach Briles, everybody wants to know about your quarterback situation, and KJ Jefferson appears to be emerging.
Yep.
What are the differences this year coming off the COVID year where you didn't get to go through any of the spring practice drills?
Yeah, it's funny. You're out in the neighborhoods and you talk to neighbors and all that kind of stuff, and they ask, are y'all further along this year than you were last year?
Yeah.
Shoot, last year we didn't get a chance to get on the field with the players, so it's just completely different. So we're just so far ahead as a staff and then as our players from a mental standpoint of seeing signals and running plays and getting on the field and being able to get better.
Yeah, you look at for us defensively, a lot of returning starters and get a chance for them for the second year going into year two of the same system, the same terminology. They picked up really where we left the season off last year. They were able to retain that information, that we were able to put in so much more. So excited about what they were able to accomplish for really 15 days.
Coach, you guys have the most returning experience of anyone in the Southeastern Conference. I want to say it was like top 15 in the country. And so when you guys don't pay attention to media, but every media outlet that we've been reading just on your defense, it keeps talking about this is going to be the most improved defense in the Southeastern Conference. When you look at the guys that you have coming back, the success that you guys had at points this last season, how consistent are you thinking your defense can be in 2021?
Well, you look at experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything with our players, but you also look at that experience. If you don't play better than you did last year, then I didn't do a very good job coaching. So I love that we have a chance to – you're able to communicate a little bit easier now because they understand the system, they understand the terminology, but also it's a challenge and it's our charge defensively to make sure that every guy that we have plays better than they ever have before. And, that's a process of how you prepare and how you practice. And obviously getting a chance, as you mentioned, through spring practice, that's going to help us out and carry us into our summer ball section. As, we had our guys show up yesterday for a team meeting, and it's almost here again.
You can almost taste it. Coach Briles, last season we saw KJ come in after Felipe's injury, as Tommy kind of referred to, had the that's the best your offense looked this past year. I mean, you think you hung, 48 on the Tigers, and KJ was just playing out of his mind. The connection between him and Traylon Burks was just very prevalent. How important is that connection in 2021? One of the best wide receivers, if not in the SEC, and just the new quarterback this year.
Yeah, extremely important. We all know that we got to get Traylon the ball, and he's so special with it, and he can do so many great things on the field without the ball as well. I mean, he's really developed as a player. I thought this spring his development for playing without the football has been really, really good. So we like the way that he's trending. But KJ, just has a great feel for the offense and how we want to operate. He's very smart. He's a fast thinker, and so he lines up and gets guys going quick and allows us to play with a lot of tempo. Thought that he really did a nice job this spring along with all the other cues.
Tell me how the extra year of eligibility and the seniors being able to return for another year has impacted each side of the ball for you guys. We'll start with you, Coach Odom.
Well, you look at those guys that have an opportunity to come back, and I think it speaks volumes on the program that Coach Pittman has established and is continuing to grow. They want to be a part of it. And those guys, you get to the end of your career in college, and a lot of guys just ready for the next step to move on in whatever way that is. But the guys that had the opportunity to come back, for them to help our team grow, it automatically gave us another recruiting class, so to speak. And although it be, 10 or 11 guys, a smaller group, but those guys are older. They're established in the program. They understand they want to be a part of it. So it's going to be a huge advantage for us.
Yeah, really no different than what Barry said. Is I think it just speaks extreme volumes about the program. Those guys wanting to be back, and we've got some really good leaders. One, Davion Warren, having him and seeing the way that he's worked and coming back from injury, and he's doing really well right now. I talked to our trainer. He's at like 90%. And so just seeing the way that he's working, his leadership, and be able to come back and be a part of the team, it's great.
We was talking with Coach earlier about, you got to recruit players to get them here, and then it seems like you got to re-recruit players to stay with the transfer portal. What's your guys' thoughts and your approach on that now?
Yeah, it's never ending, and I think it's all about relationships that you build with the players, and they have to be sustaining. And the way our staff's built and the way Coach Pittman's built our program with a lot of good men that are football coaches that, we're gonna pour into their lives on a daily basis, and the kids trust us, and they understand that we're going to do everything we can to help them reach their goals. So, it's something that you work on every single day from a relationship standpoint.
Yeah. I know you've been here to Fayetteville when it's rowdy, Coach. To my knowledge, I don't think you've been to Donald W. when it's been full capacity. So you've seen what this atmosphere can be like. And we were just talking with Coach about Texas week 2. Now we know Rice is the focus for you guys in week number 1, but for your guys' first season here, will it actually be full capacity, assuming that's where the direction we're headed? How excited are you guys as coaches to coach and just be in that atmosphere come fall?
I've been in college sports now for 20-plus years, I guess, but I've always looked at the passion that the fan base of the Razorbacks, what it consists of, and I think it's unmatched. I really do. And I think you look from every corner of the state, the brand that they follow of the Razorbacks, it's something that I can't wait for our players to have a memory of. And week 1 against Rice, I'm sure it'll be sold out and be ready to go. And then we'll do our job and got to continue to work and move the program forward. But you see it in baseball, you see it in softball, you see it in all the other sports, saw it in basketball. The way that the fans now with it opened up in the last 2 weekends with baseball and softball, it's unbelievable. And I think just from a momentum standpoint, it's worth a touchdown to 10 points on the way that our fans will respond and the way that they are.
Coach Briles, got about 30 seconds. I don't think I've felt a louder atmosphere with 25% capacity than the third quarter of the Tennessee game when you guys hung 34 on. What was the key to that, and what's the key to having that type of offense, not just in one game or one quarter, but the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's just about momentum. It's the best player on the field, and if you can get it, you got to keep it. And we got hot in the third quarter, and guys made a lot of plays and plays that were off schedule. And that's if you can catch it and bottle it, you got to try to keep it as long as you can. And if you don't have it, you got to find a way to get it back.
So you're a hurry up coach. Are you an up tempo golfer too? Are you a ready golfer?
No, I'm chilling today.
Didn't know if he was like John Daly. You just find it and hit it, find it and hit it, find it and hit it. So, guys, thank you. Good luck out there today, and appreciate you making some time for us.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all.
Coach Kendal Briles, Coach Barry Odom, kind enough to spend some time with us this morning. We're still off and running. 25th Annual Arkansas Baptist Children's Home and Family Ministries Golf Classic here at Lost Springs and Rogers.